push away from each other, but we forcing ourselves on each other. It's not even natural. You got to go outside of your natural self even to get a child if you are with somebody that can't produce. We're made for each other. We're tailor made. Have you marveled at how great God is and how he made our body? Think about it. We're made to interconnect with each other. There's no way that we can even reproduce unless we are with each other. Now, he didn't say put every single piece inside of you. He didn't say that every single wrench is supposed to go inside of you. He never said that. He never said that. But we are made for each other. You can't put a square peg in a round hole. You can't do it. You cannot do it. It does not make sense. But we trying to retrofit everything to fit a narrative depending on what it is that we want to do. Honey, I can see you in the thing right there. You can sit there now. You go. You ain't naked, so that's all that matters. It's cool. You cool. You straight. You good. But we are made to fit. Listen, you have an opening. I'm a plumber, and plumbers plumb. You know what I'm saying? Plumbers plumb. And so now we trying to retrofit it and make it something that it's not, and it's only because we outside of our purpose. And I will tell you, I am going to tell you to your face, you will never, ever, ever in your life ever become what you're supposed to be being outside of your purpose. You may try to justify it. You may try to act like that it makes sense. You may try to act like that everything is cool. But what if I told you that you don't even know how great that you're supposed to be? But because you messing up your future, or because you're doing things outside of your purpose, because you've come to terms with the fact that you just okay with being normal and mediocre, that's not even what you were supposed to be. I was at my job when I was 21, 22, 23 years old, and I was making like $100,000, $120,000 a year, right? I've told this story 1,000 times. And I was working sometimes 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I was in a plant, and I was working in a steel mill. And I thought that I was jamming. I thought that I was on top of the world. Can't tell me fucking nothing. I didn't even know that I was really supposed to be a millionaire. I was okay with where I was. Now, what if I had never been forced out of there according to my own transgressions against myself, based off of the will that God had before me, because he knew that I was supposed to be something different. The best thing that ever happened to me was me submitting to God's will that ultimately led me to where I am today. I'm not standing before you. I'm not sitting here living the most phenomenal life ever, because what happens is I settle for being mediocre. And I'm not talking about just finances. I'm using that as a metaphor to illustrate something bigger than, what if you're meant to live blissfully? What if you meant to be successfully married? But you know what I found in my research and listening and observing all of the different people that talk about this stuff across the internet, is that nobody even knows why they're supposed to get married in the first place. If you ask 10 people, 9.8% of them, or I'm sorry, 9.9 of them out of the 10 cannot tell you what the purpose of marriage is. They have no clue. They have no clue why they even want to be married in the first place. Most people don't even know why they want a fast car. Most people don't even know why they're going to school. It's the same thing. That's why people be so bitter. Listen, life is cyclical. Life is a reflection. When we looking at each other, we looking at a reflection of each other. Listen, it's getting a little too deep. Let me break this down for you. Bushido Zay says, marriage sounds disgusting. Okay, then don't get married. Nobody's forcing you. I'm speaking to the people that want to be in a relationship, because one of the problems, and I'm about to really break this down for y'all, One of the problems is that y'all still in relationships. You're not meant to be in a relationship. I've never heard that in the Word of God. You're not supposed to be in a relationship. That is a man-made construct. That is not from God. That is not from anything other than somebody giving that to you and you took it and you ran with it. You are not supposed to be in a relationship. Who told you? Have y'all ever started to go back to the core of what it is that you believe and start to unlearn all of the bullshit because you start to try to figure out where it came from and you realize that all you did was play the game of telephone in life and that it came from somebody that came from somebody that came from somebody that made it up in order to sell you something so that they can make some more money? It's like Valentine's Day. It's like diamonds. It's like giving up your salary, 3 to 6 months salary, in order to try to prove your love to the woman that you're marrying. That was made up by the diamond companies in order to make sure that they sold y'all more engagement rings. You was never supposed to be in a relationship. And so they gave that to you in order for you to settle for the thing that wasn't best. That wasn't nothing but a trick of the devil. And he played it to perfection and you ran right into it. You're supposed to be married. The bond sealed between husband and wife that cannot be broken and is a blueprint for your children. Did you hear what I just said? The thing that you wouldn't want your children to not be is what you are. So why are you half doing it when you wouldn't want that for your child? You know what you want for your child? You want the best thing for your child. You want your child to be married. I don't know no man or woman that raise their child and say, man, I just want them to be in a fucking situationship. I just want them to be a side chick. Nobody is raising their children hoping that they become side chicks, but that's what you settled for. If you can't do it for yourself, then you do it for your children. When I teach men to marry or to vet based off of where they're going to be, because the person that they are today and the person that they choose today is not a reflection of the direction that they're supposed to be going in. And so because we lean into all of this superficial bullshit, it's very difficult for us to decipher between who's telling us the truth and who's telling us a lie. But even the Word of God says that you'll know them by their fruits. But because we don't even know the Word of God, we ain't read the Word, so we don't know what to look for. Anton, where are you getting all this insight from? Where are you getting all of this knowledge from? I'm downloading it straight from the source. Straight from the source. I don't lean into my own understanding. I'm not listening to these motherfuckers. I download it straight from the source, and then I know it by its fruits because I'm looking at my family that's around me that's a reflection of what the Word is.